What makes a good West Coast swing dancer? If you watch the dancers here on YouTube, they have endless moves and styling and musicality, and it looks almost magical. So what makes them good? After 30 years on the dance floor, I have figured out 10 keys that make good West Coast swing dancers great. My name is Brian B.
I'm Miss Megan.
Number one, congratulations, you've checked the box. You are committing to improvement. So everyone gets good by committing to some level of improvement, and you're watching this video, and if you get to the 9 tips from here on out, you're definitely committed to improving. But what's number 2, Miss Megan?
Learning to dance alone.
So we see this with our students. When you start dancing West Coast Swing, leader, follower, what ends up happening is the followers a lot of times end up getting pulled through patterns and they don't have the ability to dance on their own. And if you look at a lot of the great West Coast Swing dancers, especially the cool young kids on YouTube, a lot of them came from a dance background. So if you didn't start dancing when you were 3, like Miss Emily behind the camera, you just need to put in some time dancing by yourself. One simple thing that I do with my students is we line up, leaders, followers, and we dance a push, pass, and a whip, just our footwork. And this seems simple by itself until you do what? Until you put on the music. Because when you put on the music, then things are going to change, and you're going to figure out how to move your body. So that's number 2, which segues into number 3. West Coast is a musicality-driven dance, so being familiar with music is number 3, taking music seriously. So you're going to want to do that drill, practice your pushes, passes, and whips by yourself. As you level up, you'll want to dance to different styles of music to broaden your horizon. My friends who are the best West Coast swing dancers here on YouTube listen to music endlessly, so you start to uncover some of the rhythms. While I'm here, if I don't forget to do this, let me share with you my video on counting straight 8. So if you're interested in taking musicality seriously, click this link in the corner. If the link's not there, write me a comment. I'll get the link up there for you. Number 4 is understanding that the learning curve is not straight. Do you have any thoughts to share on this, Miss Megan?
Well, first of all, it's a curve.
It's a curve. Explain a curve.
A curve does not go in a straight line.
There you go. Fair enough. I'm learning something myself.
No, so learning does not go in a linear fashion at all. You can go up in your learning, and then you can plateau, and then you can maybe even dip sometimes. So it's not really going to be a curve. It's going to be more like climbing a mountain that goes up and down.
Up and down, up and down. You're eventually, so your job is, from every video you watch, from every lesson you take, from every group class, to this day, I will sit on a group on a group class, and my goal is to just get one thing, literally one thing. You're not going to try to get it all in one big fell swoop. If you can take one thing and stack those things, and what will happen is you'll get into a position where you're going to feel frustrated, and this is where going into number 5 can be very, very, very helpful. Develop a relationship with a coach. Now, I know in the West Coast Swing community we have a propensity to take one-off lessons where we go in, we say, oh my God, Miss Megan's good at spinning, I'm going to take a lesson from Miss Megan, and then you go home and you might be frustrated because you don't remember things or you think you're doing it. So if you can develop a relationship with a coach, and I say a relationship, meaning as a teacher, the people who I've resonated with the best are the ones who say, hey, I'm going on this journey, I want to get from here to here, please help me get there. And that way I can mentor them through the bumps in the road and giving them the things that they need, or recommending coaches. This is where, if you look at an Olympic athlete, there's a head coach. They have a strength and conditioning coach and a technique coach. So we work best in our studio by, if I'm the head coach, I can recommend who you should go see to take the next lesson that will be helpful. So developing the relationship with a coach is super good. Number 6, Miss Megan likes?
I love drills, so you have to learn how to love your drills.
And maybe as your coach in the early days, I made you love drills.
He did.
Yeah, so we've got a really cool video on drills. This kind of segues back to dancing alone because I now no longer need a partner. I can practice my footwork all by myself. I can start to practice the styling within that footwork all by myself. So by finding easy drills, you can quickly level up your West Coast swing. Here's some practical stuff. Just put an earbud in, get to the studio 10 minutes early, commit to playing 2 or 3 songs that you run through the drills in the corner before you take class, before you take your lesson. If you're taking private lessons, do the same thing right after the lesson. Don't come in on a whole nother day and schedule a whole nother day to practice, because I know you probably won't do that until you're crazy town. But you can take 10 minutes before or after a class or a lesson or before the dance to run through some drills, practice dancing alone. If you have a partner, run through some things. That is going to be very important. So your drills remove the fact that you need a teacher or a partner from that. Number 7, Miss Megan, is
developing a work ethic.
So this is a joke with Megan because she was not always the most dedicated dancer. Once we started practicing 6 days a week together, the level of her dancing improved, and the only thing missing was a consistent work ethic. So practically, you start with 10 minutes before you go dance, or 10 minutes in your living room before you go out the door. But you build in some sort of a work ethic. If you're super serious and you have an entire day dedicated to practice, you're starting to build in that work ethic. Number 8 kind of goes back to the mindset, which is coping with self-doubt. And this goes back to number 4, that the learning curve is not straight. So understand that you're going to go through processes. All of us do it, even the people who win the US Open, even the people who have the most views on their cool videos. They walk into the room and they think, oh my goodness, I'm not the best person. This person's amazing. This person started after me and they got so good. All of those self-doubt things, totally normal. If you didn't have them, you might be a creepy serial killer. I'm not sure. I'd be weirded out if you had 0 self-doubt. So learn to cope with self-doubt. Number 7 is, it's West Coast Swing. We're going to have to learn to dance. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at number 9.
We are at number 9.
We're at number 9, which is we have to learn to dance with different partners. So if you're brand new or you're just dancing with your significant other, you want to branch out. It's preferable to dance with people of the equivalent level. It's also preferable to dance with some people better than you and some people not as good as you. So here in the studio, when we have beginner and intermediate classes, when people leveled up the most, they were intermediate level dancers now, but they were also taking the most beginner classes. Because in beginner, they didn't have to think about their footwork. They didn't have to think about the leads like the beginners who are overwhelmed. They could just think about the little things and the little details as they went. So make sure that you dance with people better than you, at your level, and below you. And number 10 is totally self-serving, and that is you can become a member of our website, West Coast Swing Online, because we have 1,500 videos there. Everything's broken out through levels, so if you're learning through patterns, it will tell you exactly what to learn next. If you're interested in leveling up techniques, you can just sort by musicality, styling, footwork, connection, anchor steps, you name it. You can kind of find a video that will fix exactly what problem you're having. And if you get stuck there, you can just write us right underneath the video or in the members area, and we can hop in and answer your questions personally and even make a video if, by goodness, we have not already made one on your subject. So check that out over there, and if you're still here and you're like, oh my God, I want to practice, check out this drill. It's my favorite West Coast Swing drill for West Coast Swing dancers to improve your footwork. See you on a dance floor soon.